For quite some time now, Nigerians have formed the habit of indiscipline in distorting queues in public places without being punished. Such places include checkpoints, hospitals, filling stations, banks, just to mention a few. This shows disregard for the persons who strive to do the right thing by conducting themselves orderly. The happening shows that the country may be on the verge of losing its good sense of nationalism, cultural identity, and hospitality. Reactions have, however, continued to trail the bill by the House of Representatives proposing 6 months jail term for such offenders. The bill underscores the need for reawakening a derailed national culture by proposing disciplinary measures to guide Nigerians in their daily behaviors. Respondents who spoke to 26 Weekend File said, by being orderly in all activities and transmitting good behavioral pattern to younger generations will bring about a decent and orderly society, while others argued that there are more important areas to look at rather than passing such a bill.
If you look at now, we have law and order. And once we have law and order, look at other countries now. Even Cameroon here, close by here, they are following the law and order. But the problem in Nigeria, we are not following the law and order. If they said the day you have to follow queue before you get something, we are not able to follow the queue. So that's another issue. If today you say you have social distance before you qualify to get something, because you don't have law leg, you don't have anybody there, you can't get it. So all this is happening because of lack of this indiscipline. So to me, definitely, this is a welcome idea, and this is the right time we need this bill to be passed. And that's why I say I recommended the National Assembly for that bill. We're also praying that Mr. President will pass it into law to make sure that we have some certain of discipline in our own character in this country.
Urgency, telling the people the need for that one, and the commitment on the part of the government to see that that is done, because it was done before. How many years? About 24 years ago, this took place. It happened. There was no law. It was implemented, and everybody was happy about it. So why do you require law now specifying a jail term because you happen to jump the queue? Sometimes the Nigerian, they will tell you, please come. You know, it's the same person that is in the queue that will expect you to come. Like when you go to the university and you want to come back, look at what happened at this Kekena Pep. You know, you join the queue, to pass the military checkpoint, but before you know it, you have over 20, 30 other vehicles, passing by, and they were allowed to go into the queue by another person. So if that person is so conscious of the fact that he too is in a hurry, there would have been no need for him to offer that little space for the other people to go in. When you come in front of me and say, look, I'm in a queue, I'm also in a hurry, so you cannot come. But unfortunately, they go forward. So it is you and me that are required to enforce that law. We don't require any jail term.
It could be recalled that during Buhari's military rule, the war against indiscipline made the people to imbibe good cultural values, patriotism, orderliness, equity, fairness, and justice in their daily activities. Should such a bill have a unanimous support from the public on this nonchalant attitude?
You remember in 1983, when Buhari was the head of state, then the military head of state, we had the war against indiscipline. And part of the problem was, part of the program then was that, you queue up wherever you go, whether it is the bank or wherever you are, you don't jump the queue. Not only that, when you drive, you don't throw away any used material on the street. Every car, or every bus, or every public transport, there is a container where you put in this, waste items that you use in the car. It doesn't require any law. Nigerians obeyed that. So I don't think, I think the House of Reps should have, concentrated their time on trying to look at the Constitution, look at the Electoral Act, and see how this can be amended, instead of sponsoring bills, specifying jail term for jumping the queue, when there are other issues that are very, very crucial to the survival of this nation that have not been attended to.
It is a welcome idea, and we are hoping that this bill is going to pass into law to make sure that we people in Nigeria, anytime we have to follow the due process. If you look at it, it's lack of discipline. That's why we are not following due process. What's supposed to belong to you, you can't get it because of you don't have enough leg. So definitely all this is happening because of lack of discipline. To me, it's a welcome idea, and I would like to recommend the National Assembly for that bill. And we are hoping that when the bill was passed, the presidency will sign it into law.
Peter Kwage, 26 Weekend File.